Hi guys, Simply Shauna here. Today we're going to talk about SEO, search engine optimization, writing our title and our tags for our listings on the Etsy platform. This is the second video in our Father's Day series. So we're going to be focusing on some dad niches we chatted about in the last video to build our SEO around. The dad niche is an evergreen niche, so if you find yourself watching this video at some other point in the year, do know that you're still going to find some super valuable information about SEO in general and about how to use some tools to help you make sure that you've optimized your title and your tag so that people can find your listings. And you could still apply the dad niches that we are going to be chatting about. You could still be listing those in your shop as they'll sell year-round. This video here up in the corner of the screen is all about the dad niches. That's the first video from the series. And I will link that down below in case you missed it and you did want to watch it. Then, of course, this video will be all about our title and our tags, or SEO. And the third and final video in this series, we will do the fun part where we take our research that we've done, all our product research, all our market research, and we hit the design process. But first, let's just talk a little bit about what exactly is SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And it's the process of optimizing our content so that search engines like Google and Etsy can easily understand what our listing is about and rank it higher in search results and match it well with a customer that is looking for an item like the one that we're selling. Good SEO, and that is your title and your tags, that's where our SEO is, the phrases that we're using in our title and our tags, can help us get more visibility, which means we're attracting more potential customers to our shop. On Etsy specifically, SEO is incredibly important as it's the main way customers are matched with our listings. In fact, according to Marmalade, 90% of Etsy sales come from the search algorithm. So we want to make sure that we are using strong phrases in our title and our tags that really describe our product, and that these phrases are the ones that customers are typing into the search bar so that Etsy can match us well with the customers looking for the items that we'd like to sell them. I have made 2 SEO videos that dive into the free way that I have been doing my SEO research and crafting my title and my tags. They are step by step exactly how I've been doing it, and it is the strategy I have used to build my 6-figure business on Etsy. So it 100% works. I will link those videos down below if you are looking for that step-by-step process and you wanted to watch them for, an easy reference. So in this video, I didn't want to go through that process again since I do have 2 videos on the channel going into it, like a really deep dive into it. So in this video, I'm going to focus on a tool that I've been using over the last few months. And it is how I polish up or optimize my SEO further, my title and my tags further. It's kind of a supercharged way of doing my title and my tags. I've been using it for the last 7 months, so let's jump on the screen and see some results here. So for those of you that like to see the numbers, this is the first 22 months of my shop's growth. A total of $216,000 is my revenue there. Here, you're going to see a big difference, and I've changed quite a few things. So the last 8 months, I started using the tool that we're going to be talking about for my SEO. You also have to understand my shop started to gain momentum. That is a big player in that doubling the revenue in the last 8 months from the first 22 months. Also, part of that doubling up to $449,000 is running ads. That got a lot of eyeballs. That was right around the time I started running the ad. So a lot of eyeballs on my items as a result of that as well. But using this tool was one of the ingredients that was the recipe to this. And for my number nerds out there that just want to see the total growth, 2 years and 6 months in, and here we are, $668,000 in revenue, which is going to be something between over $200,000 in profit. And so the longer your shop is going, the more momentum you're getting, the more money you're making later, in the later parts of your shop. So some really fun results there. I hope that's motivating for you if you're just getting your shop started and seeing that later down the road, there's really an opportunity for the shop to have fast growth, because I know, at least for me, the first 8 months were almost no growth. It was just really, really slow. And we're going to dive in right now. I'll quickly recap for you the SEO strategy I've been using, and then we'll jump into that tool I was talking about. I am not suggesting that the tool is what is solely responsible for that growth. Momentum was the biggest part of that, and running ads was a huge part. Now, if I didn't have the solid SEO to run the ads on, my ads would not be as profitable as they are. I also have a video about that. That has been a game changer strategy that I've started implementing in my shop. I will link that down below in the description in case you want to watch that. And it is, again, very step-by-step, not super scary. If you don't know anything about ads, you won't be super scared and you won't feel lost while watching it. You'll start being able to introduce yourself to the idea. All right, so let's recap the way I have been doing my SEO strategy. I head over to Etsy to do my market research, and I'm going to find some listings, and I'm going to get some inspiration on which titles and tags I'm seeing that are working well on Etsy currently that match my item. So I'm going to go through and find 3 to 5 bestsellers. So I'm going to look for that bestseller badge. I am going to make sure that these bestsellers have 20 in the cart, so I know that they are currently selling. I'm looking for them to come from different shops so that I know I'm getting a variety of titles and phrases that are working from different shops and not just one shop that's dominating the space. I'm looking for one of those listings to come from a smaller shop, and that is relative, what smaller is, and what you can find during your research that day in that particular niche. In this example, I found a shop with a total of 516 sales, and for me, that was a smaller shop that day, and I wanted to make sure I had at least one listing with those titles and phrases, because if they are able to compete in this niche, I know that they're using some competitive phrases in their title and their tags. And again, I want at least 3 to 5 blocks of SEO, 3 to 5 listings to get this research from. Next, I simply go through and copy and paste the titles from the listings into a Word document. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually wound up going with 6 listings. Now I'm going to craft my title and my tags by looking for patterns. So you'll see in blue I highlighted mama shirt, or some variation of that. T-shirt with a dash, t-shirt without a dash. So I went ahead and started my title over to the right with mama t-shirt. I decided to go with a dash. And this is how I make my decisions moving forward. Mom shirt is highlighted in green. I saw that numerous times. Mother's Day shirt or gift was there numerous times. So I wanted to also incorporate that into my title. If I do realize or notice that there's a specific phrase or combination that is popping up more often, so for example, highlighted in blue there, if I notice that mama t-shirt with a dash is there more often than mama shirt or mama t-shirt without the dash, then that's the one I'll go with. However, I don't lose any sleep over this. So if they're kind of even Steven, I just go with one and I move on. I do try by the end of crafting my title and all of my tags, I do try to make sure that I've represented different words for my item. So in this case, t-shirt with a dash, t-shirt without a dash, tees, shirt. Etsy says we don't have to worry about plurals, so I don't lose too much sleep over that. If you were doing a mug, maybe you'd want to make sure you had cup, mug, or any other word that would be a word you'd see popping up often throughout your SEO blocks. So that's how I have been doing it. And over the last 7 or 8 months, I've really been leaning into this tool. So how have I been optimizing my SEO? How have I been making it a little bit faster for myself? How have I changed what I was doing? What tool am I using? One way to optimize your Etsy SEO is to use a tool like Everbee, and that is a tool that I've been using. Everbee is an Etsy SEO tool that helps you find the right keywords and tags for your listing. You'll be able to see what words customers are actually typing into the search bar so that you can make really good decisions about the SEO you want to attach to your listing. You are able to analyze your competitors' tags. In this way, you can find keyword opportunities for yourself. You can see which ones are the highest search volume tags and which ones are lower. And when I talk about search volume, I'm talking about customers coming onto Etsy and typing in those search terms. We want to make sure we're using tags and phrases in our titles that lots of customers are also typing into the search bar. So Everbee gives us all of this information, which helps us improve our titles and our tags, which will help make us more visible and get more sales on Etsy. So let's say we are designing our Father's Day shirts. According to a survey, 77% of Americans celebrate Father's Day, and they spend an average of $150 on gifts. That's a huge market. But how do we make sure that your Father's Day shirt winds up in the search results? Well, with Everbee, we can search for relevant keywords and tags like Father's Day gift, dad t-shirt, funny dad shirt. Everbee will show us which of those phrases customers are actually typing in to the search bar. We can see how many customers are typing that phrase into the search bar every month. And this is how we're going to improve our SEO. Before we get back to it, if you are finding value from this video, if you wouldn't mind taking that extra second to smash the like button, that's so encouraging for me and so rewarding. I'd so appreciate it. If you are finding value and enjoying the series and don't want to miss the next one, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notifications bell so you don't miss it. So let's jump on, and I'm going to show you a couple of key features that I implement and use in my shop. You can head down into the description of this video or any of my videos, and you'll find a link that will take you straight to Everbee. Or you can go ahead and just Google it. I've gone ahead and clicked on the link. We see here we can try Everbee for free, and we don't have to put any credit card information or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through the process real quick. It's super duper fast, and I'm going to go ahead and just sign in with my Google and confirm. This is going to be a Chrome extension, so you'll have to do this with Google Chrome. I'm going to go ahead and add to Chrome, and once I've done that, clicking that one more time here, I'll be able to access the Everbee tools when I go to Etsy. We will chat more about these tools in just a moment. If you do become interested in one of the plans, if you scroll down, you'll get a little more information about Everbee, and then you'll be able to see the 3 plans that they offer. And I'll tell you which one I've signed up for. You've got the hobby plan there, which is that free plan, and you'll get 10 searches per month, and I'll show you how we're going to use those searches in just a second. With the Pro plan, you are paying $7.99 a month, and you get 30 free searches. Or not free searches, but you get 30 searches with that plan. I did the hobby plan for a little while. I think at the time they were doing 15 searches, but I went ahead and jumped right to the growth plan because I didn't want to be limited in my searches because I thought it was super helpful. And of course, with the growth plan, you'll get unlimited searches per month. You will also get a little more information. For today's video, I'm going ahead and using my growth plan. Here we are, and in the search bar, I just typed in dad, and I want to point out all of the keywords that Etsy's suggesting underneath the search bar when I put dad in. And then Everbee is giving us this information over to the right with the little orange bee and the orange numbers. that's the search volume of customers coming into Etsy and typing those phrases into the search bar. So we see dad gifts is getting 7,790 monthly searches that customers are typing into the search bar. Dad shirt is getting 2,196. Skipping down to dad birthday gift with 4,500. And then down to dad mug and then dad t-shirt with no dash, 1,473 monthly searches that customers are typing in that search bar. And so this is oftentimes, one place we can get some information about what tags are, or phrases, SEO phrases, are being typed in by customers. And this also can sometimes direct what niches or sub-niches I decide to design in. But today we're focused on the SEO, the search engine optimization phrases, tags, and title that we're going to be collecting for our dad shirts, specifically our dad joke shirts. Let's get dad joke shirt up there so we can focus in on the sub-niche of the dad shirts that we're going to be working on. And we'll see here it only gets 208 monthly searches, the phrase dad joke shirt. Quick reminder here that we're going to go ahead and filter our results by star seller. And then we're going to head up into the search bar so that we can replace the word star with the word best. And this is our hack for being able to bring all the best sellers right up to the first page so that we can look just through the SEO of the bestsellers. Here we are, and over to the left, you'll see a toolbar here with some different things we can do. We'll talk about one of those in a minute. But I can also go ahead and click on a listing. So let's click on this one. And then I can do analyze the listing, which is going to pull up some more information. So it takes just a moment because it's pulling in a lot of data. And here we go. You'll see that we can actually get a look at the estimated monthly sales, 61. The estimated monthly revenue, $1,728. The total sales here. We can also see that it was listed 23 months ago. And we could see the reviews, the views, the favorites, and the reviews per month. But down here is where it's going to be the most helpful. That gives us an idea of how successful the listing is. And here we want to see what types of tags they're using. We could see the keywords for each of their tags over to the left. And then we could see the search volume, the amount of customers that are going in and searching those terms, and what the volume of that is. So this is great information. As a matter of fact, you might have noticed one of the top tags that was kind of toward the top of the list. It was ranked from like least amount of searches to the most amount, was joke dad t-shirt, I think is what it said there. It only had 88 monthly searches. So that is good for me to know if I am thinking about doing a lot of dad joke shirts. That might help us infer that there aren't a whole lot of people actually looking for dad joke t-shirt in the search bar. So maybe I'm going to pay more attention to, well, what would the tag funny dad shirt or dad joke shirt rather than t-shirt? It was spelled T-E-E, it happened to be in that tag. So I'm going to now be jotting down on a notepad, okay, well, joke dad t-shirt, maybe not the one I want to go with, but another phrase that really encompasses that idea, that still captures that idea, so that I could use that in my SEO, as many of those as possible in my title and my tags. But let's go over some other features that I really love about Everbee and use on a regular basis, because we're going to get some similar information, but faster. Instead of clicking on the search results into 10 different listings and looking at all of these results and trying to keep track of it all and analyzing which ones are getting the most searches, there's a faster way. This time we're going to look at the screen with all the listings, and we're going to go to Product Analytics. which is going to pull up this list for us. And now we can filter this list or rank this list by these different titles, total sales, by their monthly revenue or their listing age. I often like to have them in order by their total sales. So this is in order by their total sales, or sometimes I'll do their monthly revenue. So for right now, I think I'll go back to their total sales with the highest on top. And I can actually just click on the listing here and pull up all of that information that we were looking at when we actually went into that listing just a moment ago. But here I kind of have it at a glance. I can kind of go into each listing a little faster. And I have all that information about the keywords here as well. Another bonus of this is I actually have them in order from the most successful, depending on the criteria I'm filtering by, to the less successful. Now we can go through numerous listings and just kind of collect information and the tags that we think really are a good fit for ours, and making sure that we get some with some large search volume and some of those specific ones that are going to have less search volume but higher conversion rates when customers are searching for those phrases. But I'm going to show you one other thing that makes this even a little faster for us. Here's our time-saving hack. Over here we have this tag analyzer button. And if we click on that, it's going to put these search terms from these listings in order for us by their search volume that the customers are coming in and searching, putting in the search bar. So we see at the very top something very generic here, gift. I wouldn't use that all by itself in a tag, but I might mix it with some of the other, some of the others I'm seeing. I want to pick ones that make sense. I'm not going to pick gift for her, obviously. That doesn't make sense with what I'm looking to sell with a dad shirt with a joke on it. But maybe I might use gift for him. That's 12,312. I wouldn't want all my phrases and tags to be that generic, even though it has a very large search volume, because customers often putting something in the search bar that generic aren't ending up purchasing. They're narrowing down their ideas at that point in their searching. So I would be kind of, mixing it with these two types of generic with the higher search volume and the more specific with the smaller search volume that matches my item really well. So for this item that I'm going to be putting together, I'm just noticing it's t-shirt with a dash, t-shirt without a dash, both getting high search volume. Father's Day gift, and I had already scanned this and I noticed that I think it was dad shirt was a little further down on the list with less search volume. So I would just be taking note of this and jotting things down so that I could put together the best set of SEO or search engine optimization phrases that had both high search volume and some with lower search volume, very specific, and still having volume. You're not going to pick something with I'm not interested in having something with 20 searches a month. I want something with more search volume than that. So even my specific ones, I'm going to be more choosy than that. Another bonus of this is that a lot of times I'll get ideas for a sub niche related to what I'm working in. So for example, as we were looking down the results there, I'm thinking I want to make dad shirts, more specifically funny dad shirts with dad jokes on them. But I saw that there was pretty high search volumes for new dad gift. So that makes me think, well, geez, maybe I should look for some ideas that would work as, a new dad for a new dad shirt with a joke on it aimed at that new dad. If I've left you wanting more here, that wasn't my intention, but if you're thinking, man, I wish she would have actually gone through and picked all of her phrases using Everbee and why she's making those decisions, I highlighted a couple of them. But if you'd like me to go through an entire listing like that and do a video, let me know down in the comments, and also let me know what niche you'd like me to do that in, what you'd be interested in my doing that with. And just to recap, something that was important that we mentioned while we were looking at Everbee was that we want to mix broad terms, general terms like gift for dad, that's not very specific, but it has a lot of high search volume. We want to mix that with more specific search terms. Funny shirt for dad, new dad gift, or new dad shirt. We want to make sure that we are mixing it with those phrases that have less search volume, but they're very specific. This is why. Did you know that most customers usually do two searches? Something broad like gift for dad, and then they go back in as they are getting ideas and they see on that screen, they see maybe candles and they see shirts and they see mugs and they see shave kits or whatever. They get ideas like, oh no, this is funny, I want a funny dad shirt. They start to narrow their ideas down, and then their second search is more specific. And that search is more likely to convert to a sale. So good titles and tags, good SEO is crucial for getting found and standing out on Etsy. Let's keep talking about dads in this video here right after that tip from Tucker.